And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome to World of Warships Open Beta. Yeah, okay. So, I've been playing this for a little while, as you can see, judging by the fact that this is my South Carolina battleship, which is quite nice, I do think. Anyways, so, World of Warships. Some of you may remember I used to play World of Tanks badly, and I'm happy to tell you that I'm much better playing World of Warships, actually. Now, just let's get started with the user interface over here. So I'm level 5, which means that I don't quite have all of the ranks unlocked here, alright? So there's a few more ranks, upgrades, signals, camouflages. And as you can see, I have ship commanders, I have free XP, daily missions, random battles, and co-op battles. Now, let's get into the interface a little bit. Alright, so the first thing is we have our ship selector down here. Alright, we can look at different ships we have. We can look up here. So you can see this is my St. Louis class cruiser, my South Carolina, my Hashidate, which is the Japanese cruiser, and we can also look at the modules of the different ships that can be upgraded. So I could upgrade this thing. You can see on my South Carolina, I actually am just waiting now to upgrade, oh good, my Mark III Mod 2 gunnery control system. And let's actually upgrade that now. So I'm just going to click on it. It's going to spend 800 of my ship research points. So we'll research that. Research for 800, yes please. And then we'll mount it for 76,000 credits. Okay? It has now been mounted, which has given me, by the by, a firing range of 11.2, and it's unlocked the research for the Tier 4 Wyoming battleship. Shiny. Okay, so you can also see here I can actually upgrade my lieutenant. Ooh. I can give him some more stuff. So, incoming fire alert. Okay. That's kind of cool. Minus 10% chance of fire, torpedo armament, or aiming expert. Yeah, we're going to do this. So what this does is it increases the rotation rate of my guns. Plus 2.5 degrees of guns with caliber up to 155. Well, that's pretty nice. And plus 0.7 to aiming speed of guns with caliber above 155. Well, I think that that's pretty useful. Because this thing has pretty long, slow gun changes, alright? So it takes a while for the guns to flip themselves around. So let's get ourselves that. So we just got aiming expert, alright? So that just got us a good decent amount. And we can also get secondary ammunition. That would be good. Reload times of guns up to 155. So that would be better for a cruiser, I think, because I think the St. Louis has, if you look at modules, yep, she would actually benefit from this, so she'd have a faster fire rate. But I have Captain Peter Reed, Lieutenant Peter Reed, in command of the South Carolina. So different captains, different ships. So Ensign Charles Newton would be better off with the artillery training. Right? Right. Alright, so let's go back to South Carolina. Now, we can open the tech tree. We can see how these progress. You can see, okay, I've unlocked the Erie, the Chester, the St. Louis, the South Carolina, and now I'm working on unlocking the Wyoming-class battleship. Okay. Now, you guys have, of course, seen this now, and we should probably just jump into battles. I'm going to do a co-op battle, which is going to be me and a few human players against the artificial intelligence, which is actually not a bad AI. AI isn't that bad in this game, I have to admit. It's not up to the same standard as the other players, but it's a good way to kind of cut your teeth and get some experience, kind of grind it out without, you know, beating your head into the ground for too long. Yeah. Anyways, let's start up the battle. Alright, battle starts in 24 seconds. Okay, so this map, alright, this is the silence map. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to head pretty much straight ahead to my current position. Right up along this Bravo line. Alpha Bravo line up here. Now, as a battleship, you may expect me to go charging in. I am not going to go charging in.
Battle starts.
I'm actually very specifically not going to go charging ahead. The reason for that actually is that I am a battleship, but it's not usually a good idea in this game just to go charging in. Oops. that rudder over a bit. It's not usually a good idea just to go charging in. it's very easy to get yourself killed. All right, even in a battleship. Not quite as easy to roll to tanks. These ships have a lot of HP. And even, like, smaller vessels. Even smaller ships can take quite a bit of punishment before they get hammered to death by whatever the enemy's throwing at them. So in this map, you have basically just capture 3 points, or destroy enemy ships to get you up to 1,000 points. Alright? Oh, look, there's their Wyoming. Now, I don't have the range to engage her. I have a max range of about 11 point whatever kilometers. And she's about 15.4 out, alright? By the way, to get these extra options displays, just go into Settings, Controls, and check Alternative Battle Interface mode, okay? And that'll give you a lot more detail as to the ships you're engaging. Like enemy ship strength, your own ships, you know. Also, by the way, to actually move your camera without rotating your guns, hold right-click. And that actually moves your camera without rotating your guns along with it. Now, by the way, I understand that this is supposed to be, hey, look. That's an Umikaze. She's a destroyer. And she's actually very dangerous to me, believe it or not. Destroyers are battleships' natural enemies. Because they're fast, they're small, they're pretty hard to hit. They can actually outrun my guns. And if you notice, it takes a little while for my guns to reload. And they carry torpedoes. Okay, torpedoes are not fun. Now, in terms of ammunition that I'm using, you kind of have two options with the ammunition. You can fire your
enemy
AP
team has taken the
or
lead.
HE. Alright? And AP is armor piercing. For a battleship like me, AP is best used against other battleships. Alright? Things that are big, heavy. Hey, look, torpedoes. That's why they're dangerous. And as you can see here, this little guy is trying to swing back on me right now. Of course, I'm willing my gun turrets actually come back around properly. That's my secondary armament you're seeing firing right now. And I'm going to bring my stern around so I can actually bring my guns into range a little bit faster. You can see I'm taking fire from someone else as well. Now see, that's the downside. This
Enemy
is kind of
destroyer
like,
blown up.
you know that phrase, the mouse that caught the lion? That is one of those moments, alright? So, he caught me, he got into range of me, and then he got blown to bits. We're actually going to start switching over to armor-piercing rounds, since we're firing right into their belt armor now. So you can see those are my secondaries firing. Never underestimate the secondary guns on the battleship. They can actually be quite dangerous. Alright? Now if you notice, I can't really do much dodging in this ship, and my reload time is not exactly stellar either. But at the same time, as I'm arcing around here, I'm actually kind of using this island as a defensive installation.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
So I'm using that island to actually to shield myself as I came around there. So as I'm closing on this Hashidate, who is also a dangerous opponent because he's got mounts torpedoes, alright? Oh, there we go. You got a hit on me. Now, as a battleship, I do have to be a little bit careful. Alright. The basic thing is I'm not invincible. You know? However, ooh, that South Carolina just got hit by torpedoes. I'm not invincible, but I can take a fair amount of punishment, alright? And I can also actually repair myself on my own. I have kind of my own healing ability. I need to aim a little bit to the left next time. Not that he's actually doing that much damage to me either, but... So I have my own little healing ability, which I'll demonstrate right now. So if I hit T, I'll actually repair part of my ship's damage. Alright? So that's very useful for me. It basically means that I can kind of heal myself a little bit. Yeah, that light is toast. Of course, probably part of the issue tends to be that engaging with shell fire at these ranges tends to be a little difficult. But as you can see, I've looped all the way up and over and around the enemy formation, engaged multiple ships on my way, and I'm still at most of my hit points, actually. Now, that tends to be what I do. I tend to kind of get up and around the enemy. I don't much want to be in the midst of it, even in a battleship. And the reason for that is that you can take fire from a lot of directions, and a hit can get lucky. You know, I've taken out battleships in my cruiser before. I have actually gun-dueled battleships in my St. Louis class cruiser and come out on top. It's simply a matter of luck and gunnery skill. And sometimes you just get a lucky hit, you know? You just get in there, you get a hit that's lucky, you hit their steering gear and you run them aground. So if you hit the steering gear, they can't turn anymore. You hit their steering gear and they run aground. And then it's pretty much child's play. Seriously. And once you've hit their steering gear, you've taken out their rudder, or you've done something else like that, then they're a sitting duck, you know? They can't bring their broadside to bear. They're engaging all of your guns while you're engaging, you know... Oh, there he is. He's dead. I was hoping to get some shots off, but my rear turrets were pointing in the wrong direction. But you can see, I got 405 experience, but I have a premium account, so it doesn't really matter. But you can see I got 11 hits, 2 critical damage, 2 destroyed, 3 set on fire, and 11 defended base. Team score, I came out... oh, hey, look at that. On top for score. Look at that. That's nice. Mind you, the South Carolina class is pretty good. Big guns, lots of power, you know, pretty dangerous. So, you know, it's a pretty good class to play with. Let's see if we can squeeze one more match into the time we have for this episode. Should be able to, right? Oh, we're going to get some big gun duels on this one. Look at this. Ha, ha, ha. So in a random match like this, in an AI match like this, the AI team is an exact duplicate of your team. However, they don't have the upgrades. So if you see, he's actually a little bit weaker than I am because he doesn't have the upgrades from the hull, the fire control, etc. So just keep that in mind when you're playing this, that if your ship's upgraded, you actually have a bit of an advantage over them. Now, again, I'm pretty much going to head straight ahead here. Okay? So I'm pretty much going to just steam straight ahead, up and over and around. Let's make sure our guns at least know roughly where they're supposed to be pointed in advance. Now, one thing to remember here is that your rudder you don't stop turning automatically. Alright, your rudder continues to turn as the ship turns. Or your rudder doesn't instantly respond. So what you actually need to do is you need to make sure that you're kind of turning your rudder first. Alright, you need to kind of lead your turn and then lead the stop of your turn. And gosh, I wish I had the range to hit him. But they're at a little bit long range from me. So yeah, we're going to sail up and over again. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sail up along Bravo. I'm going to sail, yeah, okay, that makes sense. We're going to sail east along Bravo, west along the Bravo line, and then around 4, we're going to turn down. So about Bravo 4, we'll turn south, and we'll start engaging them from the rear. Hopefully that'll catch them in a crossfire. So one of the reasons I like this game a lot more than World of Tanks, actually, is that it's a lot less about learning the maps and where you're supposed to sit in each map, and what lane you're supposed to be in. And it's a lot more about kind of working in consort with your fleet. So if you notice, that Hashidate has actually formed up behind me. Now, I would go as far to say that he's going to form formation with me, but he certainly looks like he intends to support me, alright? Which is good, because every ship in this game, no ship in this game is invincible. That Eerie is screwed. That Eerie is so screwed, it's not even funny. Well, he may not be screwed. He may be able to slip by me by using these islands for cover. Maybe. We'll see. Depends on how fast he moves. If he clears this island at the same time I do, he's going to be in a world of trouble. He's going to clear the island at the same time I'm about to. Let's see if I just get the range on him. Does he both clear this island here? Actually, he might just not. Oh, he's going to. So line it up, bring it over. Didn't kill him, but it certainly did some damage to him. And remember, no, he stopped up. Okay. That's a St. Louis at 10 kilometers. That is within my engagement range. Now, St. Louis has a lot of guns aboard. Next salvo, we'll switch over to fire armor piercing. So you do kind of want to stagger your shots a little bit. And you want to make sure your gun controls are at least a little bit locked. Okay, so he put some rounds on me. That's nice for him. I think that's another battleship that's engaging him now. It can be a little hard to tell on occasion what the shell fire is coming from. I think that's a battleship, actually. Or at least a heavy cruiser. Now the problem is that at these ranges, it can be a little hard to actually hit them. Now I know that the St. Louis doesn't have any torpedoes, so I actually have no problem closing into my secondary gun range and letting my secondaries engage it as well. However, what he's doing is remarkably stupid for a cruiser, alright? As you can see. Now, he's close enough to me that he's not going to really miss me. However, the problem for him is that I'm not really going to miss him either. Alright, so he's now been taken out of action. So this means that I'm going to continue south, alright? Because I want to engage one of those South Carolinas that may be giving some trouble to my other ships. Alright? Now, this can be a fun ship to play, especially in an open sea fight. You can see I have another South Carolina Luolicon 13. We'll call it Lima Oscar. We have that South Carolina Lima closing in, 2.9 clicks from us. So we're going to enter range about roughly the same time. And I'm actually going to leave my guns switched to armor piercers for this engagement. Actually, do I want to pull my shells? Yeah, let's pull the shells. Double tap your ammunition switch key to just pull the shells, alright? So they're yanking the shells out of the gun and they're reloading with the new shells. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to armor piercer to high explosive, the opening salvo of the engagement, and then I'm going to switch back. I don't have visual on this yet. 10, 9... I hope he realizes that I'm coming in. Nope, he doesn't see me at all. Okay. So this is one of the issues we can run into. Hopefully, Yo, buddy! So this is one of the issues you could run into, which is having two ships operating this closely in concert. Alright, let's cut speed to a half quarter so we can actually clear his gun range. Double click, by the way, to fire all available guns. So I pretty much slowed to a stop now, alright? He's going to come cruising out of there, too. So let's start canting in. Gosh, that looks good, doesn't it? It's a pretty game, too. So part of what's happening is my shots are actually plunging down to his top deck, which is less than Oh gosh, this is beautiful. Look at this though, guys. This is fantastic. Of course, I'm missing now that I'm paying attention to how beautiful this is. Look at this. 2 South Carolinas, battleships dueling, cruisers engaging. I mean, this is epic. Like, you want epic? This is epic. Now, it'd be better if we were all in line of battle here, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, can we? So I'm actually going to swing my ship through a hard turn. So I can actually get my guns onto that target. Shot. I know I'm out of time now, but we're not going to end it mid-battle. Come on, that was so close. Now, well, the one downside is it takes forever for my guns to reload. And actually, he may get behind this rock by the time my guns actually reload. There we go, he's dead. Not too bad, not too bad. So we did some damage, we took out some ships, got about 300 XP. Now it's going to be a lot less. Yeah, I only made out 200. So I came up in about middle of the tier. Yeah, middle tier. So I came right in the middle, but that's still pretty decent. The reason, by the way, that I'm saying that I'm getting more XP than I should be is because I have premium. So, because I pay my rule is I pay $15 a month no matter for a game. I have one game at a time that I'll pay $15 a month for. And without that, you know, and World of Warships to me is worth it. So guys, this has been episode 1 of World of Warships. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been the South Carolina class. Big, slow firing, but packs a punch and pretty hard to kill. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the episode. See you next time. Oh yeah, happy hunting.